Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Gallo Arena in Bourne. We're here for the Division III state semifinal between the champions of the North, the Watertown Raiders, and the champions of the South, the Norwell Clippers. I am Jake Levin alongside Rich McClone of the Falmouth Tribune. Rich, here we go. The road to the Garden will be complete for one of these teams tonight. The other one will go home.
Yep, there's a speed pass ticket for one team in the Garden and a big old stop sign for the other. I'll tell you what, two teams that have battled their way this far. Somebody's going home heartbroken and somebody's going home very, very happy and with one more hockey game to play, Jake.
Puck is set to drop. Watertown 14-3-7. They were the number 7 seed in the D1, sorry. We apologize for the delay. We are back here. Gallo Arena in Bourne, pick you up where we left off. It is Norwell versus Watertown, the Division III state semifinal on the line, the Eastern Mass final. Watertown, the champions of the North. Norwell, the champions of the South. Big hit right in front of us. Watertown with a 14-3-7 record. Norwell, 19-1-3. Jake Levin alongside Rich McClone. It is 0-0 with 7:39 still remaining in the first period.
Jake, so far what I've noticed is it looks like we have a matchup here of your haymaker thrower against your counter puncher. Watertown looking to create turnovers and offense off of that.
Like they just did with Mike Giordano in his attacking zone. Nobody in the right spot for the Raiders to pick up the puck. And Norwell is up ice. This is Cam Labady. Labady gains the line, tried to trail it for Trebino, and it's picked off by the Raiders. That was Poulin. Poulin trickles it towards the net, saved McGowan into the corner, picked up by Jack Dole.
Now Watertown, really nice forechecking team here. Norwell, more of the home run hitting type of team. They're going to look to get some odd man rushes, make things happen with their feet.
Norwell has scored 19 goals in its 4 postseason games, a turnover, and a save by McGowan. Watertown, on the other hand, has scored 13 goals in its 4 postseason games. As we were talking about earlier, Rich, though, Norwell has given up only 3 goals, Watertown only 4.
Yeah, I mean, you got to feel, the first goal in this game is going to be huge. Whoever can get out front is going to have all that momentum from there. And as we see there, Watertown gets away with one. It looks like they could have been called for a trip.
Ferguson up the right side, tried to force it to Jin Lee in the slot. Swept away by Sean Peshier. Near half wall, Norwell trying to move off of it is Cam Roach. Fired, save by Bosconi. Anthony Bosconi is a 2-time defending Middlesex Freedom Division champion. MVP, I should say. 6:05 remaining in the first period. That's Jin Lee in his own end, up for Cam Roach. Cam Roach going in by himself, followed by Nate Patch. Had to get back on sides, played by Lonergan in the neutral zone, cross ice for Dole. Jack Dole gains the line to the left side, moves near the corner, paused at the left half wall, behind the net for Jack Ward in front. It's Grady Dole fires, and Bosconi doesn't know where it is. He made the save.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, Jake. He's good, but he got lucky there. That puck was labeled for the 5-hole. He closed that 5-hole, stuck it between his pads, got lucky to rob him there. We're still scoreless. Norwell's going to be shaking their heads. What are we going to do?
5:38 to go in the first period. High-scoring Clippers team. Watertown, great at goal prevention. Kept alive by Ward with his glove. Sends it back in. Nick Giordano, the captain for Watertown, plays it. Touch pass up for Giordano. Back up for Poulin. Mike Giordano and Nick Giordano, brothers, in the slot. Went off the skates, I believe, of Kevin Young. From beyond the point, fired by Giordano. McGowan redirects it into the far corner. That's Tribino back for Lonergan. Clippers are resetting and really biding their time looking for a breakout. Watertown's been great at thwarting them so far. But here's Tribino up through the middle to the backhand. And a save by Bosconi.
Very athletic, really great lateral movement there by Bosconi. Going over to his glove side and getting a piece of that one.
Near corner boards, battling for the puck is Tribino. Out to the point for Glennon. Blocked by Poulin. Turnaround bid in the slot by Young. His stick was lifted. Kicked down by Glennon. Glennon from atop the circle over for Tribino. Tribino being defended by Brendan Berkeley. Tribino looking for Lonergan, who is crashing in from the slot. Falls back to the Norwood defensive end. Glennon, a two-line pass up for Ferguson. Ferguson from just outside the left circle. Shouldered off the play by Nick Giordano, who assumes control of the puck. Up for Tim Connors. Tim Connors up the near side right for Watertown. Gains the line and shoots the puck along the end wall, being defended by Grady Dole. Lonergan, inside 4 minutes ago now in the first. Scoreless game. That is Roach. Thought Ferguson was going to be in front of the puck. Not far enough. Watertown in the neutral zone. Norwell has had the better chances so far. Have not been able to capitalize.
I think Norwell, for the most part, against the teams they've played this year, Jake, especially here in the postseason, we've seen a lot of teams backing up against them, afraid that they're going to get blown past and giving them space. Watertown not doing that. Watertown taking the game to Norwell defensively, and the Clippers are having a hard time being patient, waiting for things to set up.
They're an excellent forechecking team. You saw Mike Giordano disrupt Jin Lee in his offensive end. This is Bickford taking matters into his own hands from the blue line. Knocked off the play by Nick Giordano. Bosconi fell down. Shooting the puck up was Austin Ferry. Off the sideboards for an ice. 3:01 to go in the first.
Yeah, not a lot of whistles in this game so far. Pace is moving up and down the ice really well. Not a lot of icing calls, and we've had no penalties. I love the pace of this. Right, fast. Both teams just going at each other. This is what you want in a state semifinal.
The winner of this game will skate at the TD Garden on Sunday. Norwell the favorites in their region, the South. Watertown as the 7 seed. Had to pull off a few upsets. Got the job done. There's a puck rolls by us in the press box.
That's 2 that we've almost worn in the last couple games.
Quite a few. Even when you haven't been up here, Rich, they have been flying. We are just dodging bullets.
We should get hazard pay.
Pat Serio's camera was the victim of one hit. Didn't break.
Of course, any pay would be nice, right?
Draw in the Norwell attacking end. It was held in by Labate. Labate still down there on his knees. Brendan Berkeley in his own end. Stick lifted by Young. Labate back for Young. Young taking the place of the injured David Talanian. Young really slow, methodical up into the circle. Had his stick chopped at by Tyler Poulin.
I think it sounded like there was a whistle up in the stands. And for a second there, the players, and I know myself, were fooled by it and thought that it was the referee that blew it.
He was moving very, very slow.
Yeah.
Poulin dumps it in off the skates of Bickford. Bickford turns on the brakes and moves out to the near side. Outlet pass is for Jin Lee. Cross-ice pass for Roach on a diagonal. Roach is going to have to hustle. He tracks it down in time to avoid the icing. It's Ferguson in the corner, but over for Roach. Roach, defended by Berkeley, in the near corner inside 2 minutes ago. Roach is going to fire. Glove save, Bosconi. And another MVP chant breaks out for the senior.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bosconi's impressed me so far. You look at, he's been the MVP of that league 2 years in a row. And look at the teams that are in that league, Jake. He's a Division III goalie playing against some of the best Division I teams that are out there.
Watertown side. Somebody up there is going to whistle. It would be very unfortunate for that to have an outcome in this game. If you got a whistle, put it in your pocket.
I'm not sure if everybody just heard that. You got that, Rich?
I told you, there's a whistle up in the stands. I heard it, and that's why the play slowed down on that last play in this end.
Roach takes a shot, saved by Bosconi. Minute 40 left in the first period. Up ice, Tim Connors stumps it in along the perimeter, hoping to track it down as Jeffrey Como on the far half wall. Batted in further by Nick Martino for Como. To the end boards, Connors will try to get there in time. He's down there, held up on the boards by Glennon, fanning at it, out of the zone by Lee, and wide of McGowan. It came off the stick of Nick Giordano. He leaves it for Bickford, and the Clippers will try to make up. Minute 9 to go in the first. A very fast-moving first period. Really, the only delay we had was the PA announcer telling the Watertown kids to quit clowning around.
Yeah, 1 minute left in the period, and so far, neither team able to take a lead.
Not necessarily any great scoring chance. There have been some saves, some good saves, but no wow saves, if you know what I'm saying. Watertown from their own end with 40 seconds to go. Good forecheck by LeBady. It's going to fall through the slot of Watertown and played back defensively by Jack Dole with 30 seconds to go. Dole will start the fast break, goes off the side glass, and the official tried to get it for Grady Dole. In the neutral zone, Ward gaining the line is Tribino. Tribino lost it out again. Good stick work by the Raiders. 14 seconds go. One more chance for Watertown. Up ice, lifted in Mike Giordano. To the end boards. Norwell just trying to kill the rest of the clock out. Looks like Watertown will be content allowing them to do that. And the first period has come and gone. Scoreless tie. So there's your shots on goal, Rich.
Well, they say 11-5 Norwell. Didn't really feel like it was that lopsided. Some of those shots were pretty weak perimeter shots. No real scoring opportunities for either team.
I don't think I have seen a game all tournament more where the two teams were content of feeling each other out in the first 15 minutes. You didn't see any gambling, and I think that's partly due to Watertown's defensive style of play.
No, I think Norwell tried to stretch the ice on a couple of occasions. It didn't work out. They're going to have to be patient. Going to have to see more tic-tac passing, tic-tac-toe up and down the ice. They're not going to be able to hit the home run ball.
Rich, as we said, Norwell, they play in the South Shore League, a good league. But Watertown, they play in the Middlesex League with teams like Burlington, like Woburn, like Arlington, like Reading. Played all of them in the regular season. They tied Burlington twice. Burlington was in the Super 8. They tied Woburn once, Super 8. Watertown, a little Division III school, they are battle-tested.
Yeah, they are ready for action, I tell you. They've looked good. I think playing in that kind of league against that kind of firepower, you have to build a defensive team that can hold up to that, onslaught. They've only got 16 kids on the team. They can't afford to try and go up and down the ice real fast, especially early in games, because they've got to conserve their energy, so they've got a little extra in the tank to make that push in the third period.
That's basically 3 lines, 2 defensive pairings, 2 goalies, and an extra.
Yeah, there's not a lot of extra there. 16 kids with 6 graduating seniors. You were saying there's a chance they may not even have a team next year.
There is scuttlebutt around. They may have to do a co-op with another school. They could win a state championship potentially and not have a way to defend it. And that would be a shame, I think.
Well, let's hope that some kids come out for hockey in Watertown next year. But right now, we're watching a heck of a good and competitive hockey game. 1 period in the books. Absolutely nothing determined yet. We got 2 more periods.
I can't wait. All right, we're going to take a 9-minute break. We'll be back. Jake Levin alongside Rich McClone, Art Egerton on camera. Don't go anywhere. MyHockeyLive.com. Welcome back to Gallo. Second period of play is set to begin between the Watertown Raiders and the Norwell Clippers. Scoreless tie at the end of the first period. Jake Levin alongside Rich McClone, Art Egerton on video. Rich shots 11-5 in favor of Norwell, but you don't believe that was indicative of how the period played out?
No, Jake, I think that the first period was about as even a period of hockey as we could have. 2 teams feeling each other out. Be interested to see if one of them tries to assert themselves a little more in the early going of this second period.
The teams have switched sides. Norwell moving from left to right across the screen. Watertown from right to left. Norwell begins in their attacking zone. Lebeide behind his net for Tribino. Sends it over for Kevin Young, who's replaced David Talanian on the top line after he broke his ankle. Watertown in black, Norwell in white. Here's Watertown up ice. That's Connors. Turns on the brakes. Well defended by Tribino, who shoots it all the way out of the zone. But this is going to be an icing, I believe, against the Clippers.
Looked like the puck was sticking there to the wet ice a little bit. Kind of like it was Velcroed.
Norwell Clippers, the 1 seed from the south, taking on the Watertown Raiders, the 7 seed from the north. It is the Eastern Mass Championship, state semifinals, whatever you want to call it, in D3. Norwell looking for a clear. Cam Roach up the right wing. The stick being swung by Brendan Berkeley in his face. Austin Ferry from his own end. Glennon from the far point, blocked by Berkeley. Berkeley trying to get it out for Jeffrey Como. Sent back in by Glennon, who shoots it, and a pad saved by Bosconi. He covers up on the ensuing rebound.
I love the idea there by Norwell. Use your points a little bit more. Just get the puck to the net. If you get the puck to the net, a good chance he might be able to pull home a rebound. Hey, doesn't matter how pretty the goal is, you just need a goal.
That's Ward at the far point, stolen by Tim Connors, and out. Lonergan in the neutral zone, using the sideboard to his advantage, got it to Jack Ward. Far corner, that's a hit from Grady Dole, pinning Berkeley up against the wall. It's in the Norwell attacking end. Watertown taking away the boards from the Clippers. Been doing that all first period, and it continues. But here's Patch with a tour to the net, and it hits off the side of the goal. Backhand rebound, deflects out to the top of the slot. Lonergan for Dole at the point, goes off the skates of Como. That's your first great chance for Norwell,
yeah,
I think.
I'll tell you what, great athleticism by Bosconi there. He was prone on the ice, still found a way to get over to the far post and stick a pad down.
Lonergan in his own end. Outlet pass for Kevin Young, but another great forecheck employed by the Raiders. That's Tyler Poulin causing all kinds of problems. Lonergan for Jack Dole, turned over to Poulin. Poulin in the circle, hits the post. Poulin hits the post. He had McGowan beat. Norwell in transition now. Patch will dump it in. The Clippers will take a line change. Lucky they are not trailing 1-0.
That's what this Watertown forecheck can do, Jake. They create those turnovers and a golden opportunity.
That was another. Forwards crash towards the slot. Young up ice with Tribino. Young gains the line, fires. Pad save, Bosconi. Stays in the zone. Bickford lifts it off the end glass. It takes a bounce towards Lebeide. Lebeide from the far corner turns on the brakes at the half wall. Going back for Tribino. Kept alive by Bickford, who tees it up and fires high off the end glass. At the half wall, Tribino works it in the corner. Trying to connect with Roach. Lebeide gets back for Roach. Roach going towards Lebeide. Backhand towards the slot. Almost out. Bickford keeps it alive and jets it towards Tribino. It would appear as though Roach is taking the place of Kevin Young on that top line. Watertown the other way. Mike Giordano 2-on-2. Shot fired. Goes right to Roach. Norwell with an odd man rush 3-on-2. Bickford leading the charge. Bickford for Jin Lee. Jin Lee collects a puck. Sent it towards the slot. Goes wide. Bickford tracks down. A low angle shot he fires behind the goal. Roach is going to tee it up, and it broke the stick of a Watertown defender. Another save for Bosconi.
Well, Jake, to quote the great Carl Spackler, I guess the fooling around is pretty much over. These two teams, the feeling out process is over. They're just going at each other right now, and I love it. This is fun to watch.
A Caddyshack reference in your D3 final. State semifinal. Lonergan gonna fire, looks for the deflection. Bosconi makes the save. And falls on top with 11:07 to go.
And there we go again. Norwood using their points. Get the puck to the net. You see Biscone very, very good on shots in close, but he is apt to give up the rebound. You know, if you're Norwell, you want to jump on one of those rebounds. Get one home.
Norwell in their attacking zone. Watertown looking to break out. And they do so. Long pass. It was up for Poulin, but he ran into the wall that is Jack Dole. Stolen by Poulin, but staying on the ice was Lonergan. That was a pretty clear hand pass, I thought, by Lonergan. Not a call. Back in the Watertown end, it's Berkeley. Using the boards, works it up for Tyler Gardner.
Well, hand pass is allowed in the defensive end, so he didn't exactly get away with one there, Jake.
That is two-shot score! Tyler Gardner breaks the scoreless tie for Watertown, and the Raiders take a 1-0 lead at 4:27 of the second period.
Tyler Gardner, quick hands there. Pass hit him right, just to the right of that left wing faceoff dot. He wasted no time, just let her rip and beat the keeper 5-0. 1-0 Watertown, and in a game like this, one goal is huge.
Watertown yet to allow more than one goal all postseason. They win the ensuing draw. Bias, they're looking for more. Tim Connors. Connors in the slot, tried to get a shot off. Bickford able to lift his stick. Connors with a pass from behind the net. Sends it all the way back to Biscone. Nick Giordano behind his own net, and here's Norwell on the forecheck. That was Trevino back there disrupting him. Watertown up through the center ice. Picked off by Jin Lee. Jin Lee with Labady trailing him. Lee is going to take it wide. Trevino couldn't get a shot off. Lonergan down there, knocked off the play by Connors, and Watertown will clear it for an ice.
Important for Norwell here, Jake. Don't panic, you know. It's only one goal. There's still a ton of hockey left to be played. Almost 10 minutes in this period, the entire third period. Keep doing what you're doing. You're creating chances. Opportunities are going to be there. Just continue to play solid. No reason to panic.
Chipped into the corner by Jack Dole. Bickford is down there for Norwell. Out to the point, Jack Dole goes for Cam Roach. Cam Roach was looking for Ferguson. Lonergan going to pinch in the circle, take a shot, saved by Biscone, rebound, and he falls on top of the puck that came from Jin Lee.
Norwell's offense is doing a better job of producing shots and scoring position. They're getting the puck to the goalie now. Now it's just a matter of crashing the net, trying to get a stick on one of those rebounds.
Patch takes a draw for the Clippers, but lost it. It's going to be beyond Glennon, who tracks it down beyond the red line. Back now for Bickford. 1-0 Watertown. 9:17 to go in the second period. Watertown playing a great defensive game. They capitalized on a Norwell mistake. Patch gains the line with Dole. Up to join them is Ward. Ward takes it on a tour of the attacking zone to the near corner, but it was knocked away by Nick Giordano. Giordano along the end boards. It caroms out in front off the stick of Mike Giordano and up ice. Shot in by Tyler Gardner, the game's lone goal scorer off the end boards. Watertown takes a change. Fanning at it was Nick Martino at the far point for Watertown. It's in the neutral zone.
Referees have shown they're going to let these kids play, Jake. There's a lot of stuff that, you know, maybe middle of December you get a trip or a hook. You're not going to get that tonight. It's going to take an act of Congress or a decapitation to get somebody in the penalty box.
We are very close to the halfway mark of this game, about a minute away, and still no penalties. Up ice, Como. Como around Lonergan. Sends the puck to himself along the end boards, but Lonergan sweeps back. We have a whistle. I thought I might have heard another phantom whistle, Rich, unless my ears are deceiving me.
I didn't know if it was a phantom whistle. I thought I heard a whistle. but they're going to be careful. That's the second time. There's a very good chance that the referees, they could penalize the Watertown team for delay of game if they deem it necessary.
Wow.
I think I just heard another one too. I'll tell you, in a group of 500 people, a little difficult to find the one who's leaning down and blowing a whistle.
It's been a fairly well-behaved student section all tournament long. Not many incidents up there at all. Up ice, Ginley is going to have to turn on the afterburners, but he is not fast enough to get the puck along the end boards. Watertown leads 1-0, but will karma perhaps catch up to them?
Well, you know, it's not the kids on the ice who are blowing the whistle.
Of course.
You know, but, you know, only takes one bad apple, right?
We have a final in the Super 8. St. John's Prep has upset Springfield Cathedral 4-3 in overtime. This is via Scott Barbosa of ESPN Boston.
That's crazy. The NHL All-Stars go down.
That is, I had Cathedral winning the whole tournament. Norwell from their own end. Ferguson trying to get it out to the point for Lonergan. Stolen away. Up ice, it's going to be Connors. Connors lifts it into the attacking end. Roach lifts his stick. Lonergan is Dole up for Roach. 7:21 to go in the second period. We're over halfway through the contest. Gaining the line is Ferguson. Ferguson with some moves to the slot. Poulin knocks him off. But Poulin loses an edge, and Jin Lee almost intercepted it.
Norwell trying to get a little too pretty and dangle in the offensive zone. No time for that. Move the puck or shoot it.
Mike Giordano in the end zone, controlling the puck in the slot for Poulin, and it was blocked by Glennon, and trying to hack at it through the air was Gardner, and it's swing and a miss, but it stays in the Watertown attacking end. Watertown hasn't had a lot of prolonged zone time tonight, Rich.
No, this is probably their longest possession in Norwell territory.
Near point, Brendan Berkeley towards the slot, off the stick of Gardner to the corner. Watertown still with possession.
That was a design play, Jake. They were going for the redirection there.
Sent in for the far point by Nick Giordano. End boards, it's Poulin. Poulin through the near circle, out to Berkeley. Berkeley fires off the skates of Grady Dole. Wing touch the sides, Poulin, save McGowan, rebound to Poulin, and he shoots it high into the corner board.
What a save by McGowan, sticking out that left leg. Took away a goal, and Poulin had another great chance, and he overshot the roof.
What a prolonged opportunity there for Watertown, but with the lead, that's the way you want it to be. You don't want it to be back in your own defensive end.
No, that's the first time tonight where Watertown has really applied a lot of pressure on Norwell. The Clippers need to get the puck out and get down the other end of the ice.
5:55 to go, second period. That's another turnover. Nick Martino fires. It is deflected off Lonergan's stick and flutters off the end glass. Still in the Watertown end. Connors up for Martino. Martino's going to track it down in the corner, defended by Jack Dole. Big scrum in the corner over to the end boards. Jack Dole for Norwell. Up ice, turns on the brakes. It looks like the Clippers will finally head back to the right side of the ice, if they can get a break. Lonergan had Young back out of the neutral zone. Jack Dole just dumps it in. It's a line change for the Clippers. Watertown trying to get the clear. They get it to the neutral zone. Glove down by Jake Lennon. Batted in by Kevin Young, but swept away by Nick Giordano. This is going to fall to the Norwell end. Glennon back there defensively with 5 minutes to go. Tribino tried to lead Jin Lee. Picked off by Glennon. Up ice for Lee. Lee on the end boards. Overskates the puck. He was defended well by Ferry. Ferry picks it up. And pinching in from the point is Nadeau. Keep it alive for Norwell. 4:38 to go in the second. Along the end boards, that is Berkeley. Chips it up ice. Knocked down by the stick of Cam Roach. In the middle of the ice, Daniel Farrar. Picked off again by Glennon. Chancy outlet pass, but it works. Gets it up for Roach. Roach fires, and it was blocked, I believe, by Berkeley, who lost his glove in the process. Behind the net, Roach tries to lift it high. Blocked before it could reach net. Farrar got his stick on it. Could not get it clear. Jin Lee along the end boards. Inside 4 minutes ago in the second. Jin Lee for Roach. Roach well defended by Ferry. That's Ferguson. Taking his time, tried to find Lee. That's Roach, far corner boards. For Lee, now it's Norwell with a long opportunity. For Lonergan, who came in from the point. Shot it, blocked by Berkeley. Still alive, it's Ferguson over for Lee. Lee on the half wall, back to Ferguson. Ferguson to the backhand, rebound, and it's wide off the side of the goal from Lonergan. Cam Roach with a move. Sends it again towards the slot. Watertown's going to be able to get the clear.
That was Norwell's best offensive foray of this period, maybe the game, Jake. They put a lot of pressure on there, just couldn't get one past Moscone.
Jack Dole had it knocked out of his grasp by Ferry. And up ice come the Raiders 3-on-1. It's Tyler Gardner leading the charge in the slot from Poland to the side of the goal. And scoring is Mike Giordano.
Just like you draw it up. That was absolutely perfect execution on the odd man rush. Started on the left, got it to the middle. Goalie commits. Little pass to the far post. Tic-tac-toe, 2-0.
Amazing rush up ice by Gardner, Poulin, and Mike Giordano, the goal scorer. Norwell with a turnover. Patch fire, save Moscone. Rebound still down low in the slot. The red light went on, but the refs immediately disallow it with the net off its moorings.
Now, the Norwell fans are irate, but I agree with the referees here. They pig-piled on top of Moscone. The puck was underneath them. The referees lost sight of it. They have to blow the whistle if they lose sight of it. It wasn't until there was already half of the Norwell team, if not the entire Norwell team, on top of the keeper that the red light came on.
That looked like a 4th and goal from the 1. 2:49 to go, second period.
No instant replay.
Norwell with an attacking zone draw that they need. Draw one by Lebetti for Glenn at the far point. Over for Trevino. Kevin Young tried to give chase. He's back out there with the top line. Underneath the glove of Bickford. Here comes Poulin. Poulin takes his time, slows down, and over to the corner glass off the stick of Glennon.
How about the patience that these Watertown forwards have shown, Jake? They don't rush anything. They wait for the play to develop. They don't try to force it. In both cases when they scored, it was a matter of making the right pass in the right situation. There was no panic involved.
Tyler Poulin involved in both goals, and he tried to be involved in the third. He's got a goal and an assist. 2:30 to go in the second. Jin Lee darting up ice. It will be out of his reach. Draw to come back in the Norwell defensive end.
And you can see right now, Norwell, panic starting to set in a little bit. They're trying to push things. They're forcing it. They've had too much trouble with their defensive end breakouts, and now they're trying to stretch the ice, and they ended up with icing calls.
Norwell not used to playing from behind, not this tournament at least. Lonergan up the side boards. Connors picks it off, 2-on-1 developing. Connors forced it near McGowan, saved McGowan, and the rebound went to Martino.
McGowan's got to cover that puck. He can't give up that rebound. Too dangerous.
Connors at the near point fired, blocked off the skates of Lonergan. 2 minutes even to go. Norwell has just one loss all season, and it came to a Division II school in Medway. They are not used to losing. Up ice is Roach. Roach in the near corner boards towards the slot. Ferguson couldn't get a shot off, a rebound. And the net is again off its moorings. Turn around and fired by Jin Lee.
Norwell right now looks like they want to get traffic in front of Mosconi. He's seeing the puck really well, so they want to disrupt that, put bodies in front of him, and, see if he can get a redirection or just, keep him from seeing the puck clearly and maybe blind him on a shot.
Norwell will get a draw on their attacking end. Lebeide trying to win the draw. For Grady Dole along the end boards to Turbino. Turbino switches directions, stays with the puck, taking his time, is looking for Dole in the slot, knocked away by Giordano.
Points are open here if they want to use them for Norwell.
That's Lebeide from the circle, turns and fires. Save Mosconi, who cut down his angle.
You see with that 2-goal lead there, Jake, all 5 players on the Norwell defense below the hashes. Either side you hit one to the point, switch, change directions of the ice there, and you got a nice shooting lane.
1:17 to go in the period. Roach, Ferguson on the corner boards. Picking it up is Nick Giordano. Ginley in a battle with him at the end wall. 1:05 to go in the second period. Watertown with a 2-goal lead. Ferguson joins the fray. Freed up by Lee, who fires. Save Mosconi. Rebound right in the slot, but right place, right time was Poulin. Along the end boards, trying to clear it out, Austin Ferry. Ferry sends it off the half wall for Poulin. Shipping it up ice further for Mike Giordano. Here's Poulin. Poulin, that's a good call by the official. Offside, I think just ahead was Mike Giordano.
Oh, I thought he held the blue line there. Looked like part of that blade was on blue, but we'll give it to the refs. They have a better view than we do, but we have a pretty good view from here.
It sure isn't bad.
But we saw it differently.
41 seconds to go in the second period. Draw right outside the Norwell end, won by the Clippers. Bickford tried to connect with Turbino and overshot him. Lebeide for Bickford for Turbino. Tic-tac passing up for Lebeide. Lebeide in the backhand, and it trickles wide of the goal mouth. Swept out by the Raiders, but Glennon will try to restart the rush for 20 seconds to go from his own end. Back to Bickford. They're taking their time.
How close was that?
Cross ice for Ward. Dumped in by Turbino. Turbino trying to knock Berkeley off the play. 5 seconds to go. Watertown content killing off these final 5 seconds. Turbino looking for Lebeide at the wraparound on the far post. Would have been too late to count anyways, but right place, right time, Mosconi. And that's how the second period will end, Rich.
But hey, the fans are very loud right now as the players leave the ice. And I'll tell you what, Watertown deserved that ovation. That was an exciting and well-executed 15 minutes of hockey by the Raiders. They're 15 minutes away from the Garden.
Watertown, the little engine that could, in the Middlesex League Freedom Division, a powerhouse league, 12-team league, the Middlesex, split into 2 divisions. Divided between the divisions, you have all Division I teams in the Liberty League. You have 4 Division I teams in the Freedom. Stoneham and Watertown, your only non-D1 teams. And Watertown is the last one standing of them all.
You think they've got 3 shiny stones from the riverbed, put them in their satchel and brought them to Gallo? The little David and the Goliath story here. I'll tell you, Watertown getting the job done. Love the way they're forechecking, the passing. Like I said, patient and precise. They're making Norwell panic. The Clippers are not comfortable with the puck. Every time they want to do something, active stick is knocking it away. The Clippers have got to do a better job getting the puck to the net. They're not out of this game, but they need to score early in the third period, give themselves a chance, get some traffic in front of Mosconi, and make the Raiders uncomfortable. Basically, they're going to turn the game on its ear and do what Watertown's doing.
Norwell, a team that has averaged just under 5 goals a game this postseason through 30 minutes. They have none. We will take a break. We will thank our sponsors real quick. Jif Dippers to go, IBG Integrated Benefits Group, the Local 103 Union, Mortgage Core East, Mohawk Rubber Sales, and the Friends of Wellesley Hockey. We will be back for after the second intermission. Norwell Watertown, the EMAS Division III final. We're back for the third and final period. The Division III state semifinal between the Watertown Raiders and the Norwell Clippers. Jake Levin alongside Rich McClone, Art Egerton on video. Watertown up ice already. They are in black, Norwell in white.
And I don't know if you heard the song that was playing as we came on, but it was Shipping Up to Boston. For one of these teams, that's exactly what they're going to be doing at the end of this period. But they're not looking for a wooden leg. They're looking for a trophy, Jake.
Watertown in the driver's seat in that regard. Goals from Tyler Poulin and Mike Giordano, both coming in the second period. Norwell, the Division III 1 seed in the South. Watertown, the Division III North 7 seed. But Watertown plays almost exclusively Division I teams in the Middlesex Division. They, in the regular season, faced the likes of Burlington, Woburn, tied them all. Glennon at the far point. Roach deflected out. Good stick work by Jeff Como. Anthony Bosconi has been a difference maker for the Raiders, Rich.
Absolutely. He's handled himself very well in the net. Almost gave up a goal at the end of the period, but got a little lucky.
Roach for Ferguson, and he's stuffed by Bosconi. Ferguson fell down in the aftermath. Watertown is going to clear this one the length of the ice off the stick of McGowan, so it will not be an ice. That's Austin Ferry from well beyond the blue line. Saved McGowan. 13-11 to go in the third period. Watertown has played almost a perfect game. That's not to say Norwell's played bad.
No, as so far, shots are well in favor of Norwell going into this period. By the count upstairs in the press box, it was 20-7 in favor of the Clippers. However, Watertown maximizing opportunities, and their shots may not be high in quantity, but they've been high on quality.
That is what you're looking for. Poked out by Patch, corralled right back by the captain, Ferry. Inside 13 minutes to go. That is Jack Dole. Up ice, tried to get it to Grady Dole. Defensively, swept away by Nick Giordano in the neutral zone. In front of the Watertown bench, gaining the line is Grady Dole. Grady Dole on the far side right. Dole's going to move down to the half wall, pinned up by Giordano. Fanning at the puck was Ward. Out of the half wall. Patch trying to re-control it. Mike Giordano all the way up ice for Tyler Gardner. But the save is made by McGowan.
If you remember late in the second period there, Jake, the Clippers almost scored a goal, had a scrum in front of the Watertown net. The net was actually knocked off the mooring. I asked in the press box, I said, who knocked it off? One of the parents from Watertown said, we did. We're from Watertown. We kill terrorists. We can handle knocking off a net.
Unbelievable line.
It was a great line.
Back to the ice. 12:05 to go. Watertown from their own end. Bickford far point. Picks up the puck. It was blocked in front. Poked out by Tim Connors. And Glennon picks it up for Norwell.
Scoring goals not going to be easy for Norwell, simply because since Watertown went up by 2, they've been packing it in real tight in the defensive end. Almost everyone below the hashes. There's room to operate high in the zone, but not a lot of creases to shoot at.
Norwell has blown out 3 of the 4 teams they have defeated en route to this game. Cohasset gave them a good game, 3-1. Every other contest was at least a 4-goal differential. This is Cam Roach for Norwell. Game line falling down, and scooping it up is Mike Giordano. Giordano.
Like I said, going to take an act of Congress to get a tripping call.
No penalties through 2 and about a third of the period. In front, Giordano couldn't knock it away. And here's Ferguson up ice for Norwell. Out of Jin Lee's range. At the red line, losing it, was Brendan Berkeley. Bickford for Norwell, diagonal for Ferguson. Ferguson knocks it down, but he can't get by Brendan Berkeley. And Jin Lee picks off, Lee fires, save Bisconi. The rebound goes right to Poulin. And here's Poulin up ice, 2-on-2. Poulin gains the line. Poulin by Bickford, Poulin to the backhand. Saved by McGowan and knocked away by the hand of Glennon. Still in that Watertown attacking end though. Wide of the goal mouth off the corner boards, right to Lee.
McGowan just saved the day, Jake. Norwell goes down 3. You might as well put the Watertown's name on the EMAS trophy. That was a huge stop in this game.
Glennon from behind his own net for Ward. Glennon diagonally, intercepted by Connors. And here comes Martino, but he will dump it in and instead settle for a line change.
Again, these referees, they are not going to call a penalty unless somebody gets hurt, because I just saw a blatant slash. Player lost his stick. No call.
Norwell gains the line. Shot taken by Jack Dole. Saved by Bisconi. Falling down in front was Grady Dole.
Jake, when we were coming back out to the broadcast area, we happened to cross paths with the Norwell team as they were taking the ice. I don't know if you noticed it, but to me that looked like a tight hockey team. There were a lot of faces in there that looked a little scared. And right now, there's reason for that. There's only 10 minutes left. They need to find a goal.
Young fired. It was interrupted by Poulin inside 10 minutes to go. Tyler Gardner up ice, 2-on-2 for Watertown. Poulin's going to thought about taking the shot. He fooled everyone and left it for Gardner instead. That's Mike Giordano. This line has been dynamite for the Raiders. Pass intended for Poulin in front, knocked away by Kevin Young. Young up ice, connects with Labate. Labate knocked away by Berkeley. It trickles to the crease and covered up by Bisconi.
Offensive zone face-off coming up here for Norwell. This is a good time if you're the coaching staff. Set something up, go with a design play, try to get the draw back to one of your defensemen, and let one rip.
9 minutes, 31 seconds remaining in regulation. Ferguson will take the draw for the Clippers. It's a pivotal draw. One back for Ocho, fires. Save Bisconi. That's exactly what you said, Rich.
Yeah, that's a beautiful play right there. But Bisconi able to make the stick save. Going to get a little more air under that, go for one of the corners. But nice idea by the Clippers.
Another good forecheck by Watertown. Bickford from his own end for Roach. Roach bullied away from the puck by Como and trickles towards the slot. Jin Lee. Stick gets in the way. It was Tim Connors. Lee will leave it for Glennon. Glennon will start the rush up ice. Glennon fools one defender. Glennon gains the line. Glennon to the near circle off the body of Nick Giordano. Watertown scoops it up, but Roach trying to keep it alive at the far half wall. Now that's Austin Ferry for his partner Nick Giordano. Up for Tim Connors. It was too far. Glennon picks it up for Cam Roach. Cam Roach gains the line, turns on the brakes, tried to find Grady Dole breaking in. Dole the puck behind the net, sending it out in front. Nobody home for Norwell. Scooped up now by Austin Ferry. Ferry up by himself, joined by Giordano. And Ferry will leave it as a partial line change, I believe, for Watertown. Lonergan from deep in his own end, and again, this very aggressive Watertown forecheck, not giving them any outlet lanes, Rich.
No, and at this point in the game, too, what it's doing is it's like running the ball in football. It's eating up clock. You know, they're doing a good job of making Norwell eat up time just to get the puck up the ice.
Ward dumps it in from the far point. Getting there was Grady Dole. Dole to the far corner, trying to track it down. Watertown looking for the clear. Kicked back alive by Jack Dole, but now Watertown will get a break.
How many times tonight have we seen, Jake, all of the little individual battles? They all seem to be going Watertown's way. They're winning all those dirty area battles.
Shot fired by Martino and a save by McGowan. 7:28 to go in the third. We are over halfway through the third and final period.
Yeah, all those little fights in the corner for the puck, up against the wall. But more times than not, it's Watertown who's coming away with the puck.
Norwell wins the draw. Bickford in his own end, trying to get out. Trips it forward for LeBady, but right there is the Watertown D. LeBady was able to force it to Young across the ice. Now scooped up by Como. Como up the near right side. Just over 7 minutes ago, Como lost it away to Bickford, who turns on the brakes and will again look for an outlet pass. Bickford will carry it himself. From beyond the red line, it was interrupted by Connors. Fired by Martino off the end boards. Just killing clock now is Watertown with 6:50 to go.
Throughout this game, we have seen the Clippers try and do too much individually and not use their teammates to get the puck to where they want it.
LeBady sends it along the perimeter. Turbino able to track it down along the half wall, but he was very well defended. Turbino sticks with it. Giordano on him like a cloak. 7:25 to go. Pardon that, 6:25. Watertown very content, killing clock. When playing without a stick is Poulon. That is Turbino. Oh, for Lonergan, had to get around the fallen stick. Blocked in front, and a man goes down for Watertown. Very slow to get up.
He got cross-checked right across the shoulders.
Mike Giordano, they are still not calling anything. We're over 6 minutes remaining in this hockey game, and still no penalties.
Get a better chance of getting a voluntary tax refund without doing the paperwork than you do of getting a penalty call, Jake.
Do or die time, fast approaching for Norwell. Lee on the near left side. Lee fires up the left side and is blocked by Nick Giordano. Lee follows his own shot, sends it cross point for Glennon. Glennon back low for Roach. Roach towards the slot. Ferguson and Lee poke at it, save Bosconi, and a whistle with 5:23 to go.
Well, I tell you what I just saw is Norwell actually do what it needs to do, Jake. Get the puck down low, get it to the net, chop away. It doesn't matter if the goal is pretty. It doesn't matter if there's style points. There are no style points. There's points on the scoreboard. And right now, under home, it says 0.
Only 5 minutes, 23 seconds to go. LeBady wins the draw for Bickford. Bickford skates in, fires, save Bosconi, rebound. Goes right to Giordano.
That was a big, juicy rebound, but not a Clipper in sight.
Bosconi has been vulnerable to the rebounds. We will keep an eye on that, but it has not mattered to date. Getting in line is Martino at the other side of the ice. Martino in the corner, skating in circles, checked by LeBady, and Bickford picks it up. Bickford up the far right side for Norwell. Going to take it in himself, gain the line, but again, poke checked away by Berkeley. LeBady up to keep it in at the point. To the other side, Glennon in a battle with Connors. And here's Turbino now for Norwell in the neutral zone. Trying to get back in, but once again, Danny Farrar gets his stick in the way.
Again, Jake, too much trying to do it by yourself. There are open lanes. You got to find them. You got to use your teammates.
The poke checks have been outstanding by Watertown. Such a simple part of the game, and yet they are excelling every single time.
The sticks, the Watertown, they're more active than a spinning class.
4:08 to go, shot, save Bosconi. Ferguson was in the slot, he knocked it away with his blocker. 4:02 to go. In the slot, Roach had his stick lifted. Coming in for the point, Jack Dole. Ferguson behind the net. Again, nobody home for Norwell in the slot. And up over everyone by Tyler Gardner, who'll track it down. He put just enough arc on it so that it would not be an icing call, Rich. Gardner's still working at it, but Roach picks it off. Cross ice for Lee. Lee up the right side. Lee gains the line, knocked off the play by Giordano, gets the puck back. Right there is Nick Giordano to pick it up. 3:33 to go. This is Poulin. Pulling up the near right side, will lob it up over Glennon off the end boards.
Hey, Jake, down 2-0 here. Keep your eye on McGowan in the goal. The coaching staff may go early with the pull to get that extra attacker out. You're down 2, and we're coming up on 3 minutes left in the semifinal game.
Watertown, great ball control offense, if you will, right now. In their own end, Norwell in a battle at the near half wall. That's Dole trying to poke it free. Knocked out by Martino. Martino up ice. He got shouldered off the play by Bickford. We're inside 3 minutes to go. Underneath the glove of Connors, it is going to trickle to the end wall. Will not be an ice. Sort of a slow pass, but Watertown able to control it. They shoot it out, and it is going to go right to the doorstep of McGowan. Covers up with a glove, 2:34 to go.
All right, so 2.5 minutes. Defensive zone face-off coming up here for Norwell. What you need to do is you got to win this face-off clean, and you need a good breakout. Once you get across that red line, McGowan should start to break for the net, for the bench, because you got to get the extra attacker. The problem being, Watertown's forecheck has been awesome. They've been turning pucks over left and right, and Norwell is going to have to be very careful not to lose the puck.
Lee was towing along the blue line, opted to head back, and it results in an offside.
The Clippers just don't look like they're on the same page. All game long, we've seen mistakes like that. How many silly offside calls have gone against Norwell tonight?
On the one hand, they're missing David Talanian, but that didn't matter against Hanover, a very good team.
Hey, injuries are a part of the game. Right now we're going to have Norwell's going to use their timeout. I got to think that if McGowan isn't on the bench when we come back out, he's going to be at the blue line waiting to jump off the ice.
2:13 to go. Not a lot of time. Watertown will be very conservative with their scoring chances. They don't need to take any odd man rushes. They don't need to gamble. Norwell, they got to start rolling the dice.
The most important thing for Watertown is that if they do get the puck in an empty net situation, they can't shoot it until they make it to the red line, because you don't want Norwell to be able to set up with an offensive zone face-off.
Absolutely.
And be able to set something up. So it's very important that the Raiders remember to take that extra stride, make the red line, and then dump it. Hey, empty net goal is nice. Looks good on the score sheet. End of the day, just eat that time up. That's all you got to do.
McGowan stays in, set in his crease for now. Norwell has not lost to a Division III opponent all year long. McGowan goes for the bench, and he might want to think about heading back there, but Jack Dole gets a stick in the way. Gaining the line is Ferguson to the far side of the ice. Ferguson fires, save Asconi, rebound in the slot, trying to jam it home was Ferguson. Lee tracks down. It's 6-on-5. Norwell has an empty net. 1:51 to go. That is Labate, picked off by Giordano, knocked down with a stick by Lee. Lonergan at the red line. 1:42 to go. For Lee. Flutters it to Lonergan. Lonergan pirouettes around. It was intercepted by Gardner temporarily, but right back to Jack Dole. And it would have been an offside, I believe, against the Clippers. They don't call it, but Watertown picks it up. And they try to shoot it all the way down the river. Lonergan knocks it down. The puck did its job there if you're Tyler Poulin. 1:17 to go. Lonergan from his own end. Watertown can smell the blood in the water. 1:11. Norwell dumps it in. Far corner boards. The first one there was Austin Ferry for Watertown. Hammering at that one was Labate. Near half wall, the Dole brothers trying to get a rush started. Labate chips it to Ferguson. Ferguson with it to the slot. Deflected out. Grady Dole's going to turn and fire. Blocked again. Knocked out of the zone entirely by Jeff Como. It will pirouette and hit off the post. 43 seconds to go. It will be an icing.
They ought to put about 5 seconds back on the clock. I don't know if they will. Yeah, it looks like the referee starting to Tom Welch in the scorer's booth right now. They're probably going to put 4 or 5 seconds back on. Norwell doing everything right there, but did not get the, I think maybe one shot through. Got to find the puck, get it in there. Everybody in Watertown, they're just protecting the goal. They're going to call timeout here.
Watertown does indeed take their timeout. I'm not sure what I think of this timeout, Rich. I don't know if you want to give Norwell the opportunity to draw up a play of their own, but is there another side to this?
Well, there is. They obviously want to keep the guys they have on the ice and keep them out on the ice for the last 41 seconds. I'm surprised we haven't had time go back on the clock. The referees are over there talking right now, but as of right now, we're at 41 seconds. The Watertown coaching staff very comfortable with the guys they have out there. Basically, anybody who would normally be a penalty killer, that's who you want on the ice right now. Guys who aren't afraid to sell out and block shots.
The Watertown Raiders, who may not even have enough players to field a hockey team next season, are 44 now. There's your time, Rich. 44 seconds away from advancing to the Division III state championship on Sunday at the TD Garden.
And Anthony Biscotti, a huge reason for that. And he stayed in his net that whole time. Never left, doesn't need to be talked to. He knows his job. Stop the puck.
Norwell with 4 players in the slot. 1 man back, Lonergan the deep safety. Ferguson forces it forward. Better than backwards, I suppose. 39 seconds to go. It's Ferguson with the puck. Ferguson dumps it off to the slide. Nobody get a shot off.
Oh,
that was Tribino that just missed it. 30 seconds and it's up over Lonergan. But a slow tumbling puck. 25 seconds to go. It will be an icing. We're coming back to the Watertown end.
Tribino knew he had to get some air under the puck, but he ended up not hitting it clean. A little wide right. Shades of my golf game right off the tee there. Just pushed it.
Again, 4 players in the slot for Norwell. It's 1 back to the point for Glennon. Glennon for Ferguson in the slot. Save Bisconi with the glove. Anthony Bisconi will not be denied.
The chant comes up from the crowd, MVP, MVP, and they couldn't be more right. That kid has stood on his head. He has been awesome tonight for the Raiders, and he's a big reason they're 20 seconds away from the Garden.
1 more chance for Norwell. The draw was won by the Raiders. Giordano will hold it up against the corner boards for as long as he can. 13 seconds to go. Off the skates of Glennon. 1 more clear. That should do it. The Watertown Raiders are going to the TD Garden, but not before an empty net goal for Tyler Gardner.
We're going to have our first penalty. What an absolute cheap shot by
Alex Ferguson.
Alex Ferguson just slashing on number 9 there, Tyler Giordano. That is a cheap and unnecessary move. He gets the gate, and you know what? He deserves it. That is Bush League right there.
The Watertown Raiders, it's just a formality now. 5 seconds to go, there will be a drop of the puck. Corralled by Tyler Poulin. The Raiders are going to the Garden.
What a great, great effort by Watertown.
You see the flags, the Watertown students are hanging them over. The flag of Sweden, the flag of Barstool, and of course the flag of the United States of America. The students are pumped up, but of course so are the players.
What an effort by the Watertown Raiders tonight. I'll tell you what, that was a superb hockey game that they put together, and backboning it, the player, Anthony Bisconi, made about 30 saves, don't have a final tally, everything thrown his way. That kid was fantastic. Watertown's going to the Garden. It's not a far drive for them, but I'll tell you what, they're going to enjoy every single mile of it.
I wouldn't be shocked if more Watertown fans packed the TD Garden Sunday than any other team in the tournament. No shame in the season of Norwell. What a run they had. This was their first loss to a Division III opponent all year. But it's all about Watertown tonight.
I'll tell you, the Raiders played about as close to a perfect hockey game as you can play. The first period, they didn't do anything stupid. They just sat back and they bid their time. Second period, they were opportunistic. Didn't have a lot of shots. Only 7 through 2 periods. But they buried a pair. Great patience on offense, great puck movement, and in the third period, just total lockdown on defense, led by Bisconi. He was fantastic. Watertown deserves to move on, and good luck to them in the finals. They're playing for a state championship on Sunday.
They will face the winner of North Middlesex and Agawam in the Western Mass semifinal. I'll tell you what, Rich, Norwell, as you look over their roster, I get the feeling we're going to be seeing them again next year. They only have 4 seniors. The injured David Talanian, Cormac Lonergan, and Michael Goslin, a reserve defenseman. So that's actually only 3 seniors.
Oh, yeah. Every year Norwell is good. Next year they may be even better than they were this year. They'll be a year older, hopefully a year more mature. And they'll be ready to make another run at the South title and maybe another chance to play for the state title at the Garden.
You get the feeling they can learn from this game, and I will not be shocked at all if they're back in the same position next year as champions of the Division III South.
Yeah, they were very good. They ran roughshod over the South. They blew everybody out, but then they ran up against a team that wasn't going to bow down to the aura of the Norwell Clippers. Watertown plays mostly D1 and almost exclusively D1 schedule. They play against teams that go to the Super 8. Norwell to them was just another rung in the ladder. They only got 1 rung left. The winner of that game out west. And I'll tell you what, I gotta love Watertown's chances on Sunday. I am not going to be surprised if we see them skating around the TD Garden, trophy held high. I hope the first guy who gets it is Anthony Bisconi.
We know Watertown will be there. We know Hingham and Arlington Catholic will be there. We know St. John's Prep is going to be there. These are all different divisions, different games, of course.
Falmouth girls and Wellesley girls.
That's another one.
We're only waiting for that last one.
Very true. All right. That is just about it for the regular season, not even regular season, the postseason here on MyHockeyLive. We unfortunately will not be carrying the championship games at the TD Garden as of now. There are some logistics that may yet be worked out, and I remain hopeful that they will. As of now, I'm hearing this is it.
Well, if this is it, Jake, I had a blast. I did about, 4 or 5 games with you.
Rich,
we had an awesome time.
You, me, Phil Garceau, who's down there below us from Cape Hockey Hub, Paul Moore, the Falmouth Clippers boys coach, jumped in for a few games. Paul McNamara. We've had some good commentators here. Mark Igo, of course, the head honcho of MyHockeyLive.
It's like an episode of The Simpsons. There's a lot of good side players.
There are many, and there's some behind the camera that you probably never get to see. And tonight it happens to be Art Egerton, and we thank him for all he's done. Pat Serio, the other, SerioVideo.com. It's been a blast down here at Gallo Arena, really setting up shop here the last 2 weeks, and I will miss this rink for now. I'll be back soon.
Closing time. You don't have to go home, but you got to get out of here. So, yeah, it's been an awesome season. Good luck to all the teams we watched. Congratulations to all the champions that were crowned here at the regionals and to all the teams that participated, making the state tournament. That alone is usually goal number 1 for most of these teams. To win tournament games takes a little luck, takes a lot of skill, and we're down to, 14 teams across the state now?
Yeah.
14, 16.
Once we get the other Super 8 score tonight and the Western Mass game, D3, that'll be it.
So, not a lot of teams, 7, I think, end their years with a win. And for those teams, it's, walking on air. For everybody else, though, it really is about the journey, and postseason hockey, there's nothing like it. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into what we just watched and what we've watched here for the last couple weeks. These kids played awesome. And I don't know about you, but once I get my voice back, I'm really going to look forward to next December around the 17th or 16th or whenever it is when hockey season 2015/16 kicks off.
I know MyHockeyLive, you thought it was big this season. It's only going to continue to grow. We will be broadcasting even more games next season. I can't wait for that. So one more time, These broadcasts have been brought to you by Jif Dippers To Go, Mohawk Rubber, Integrated Benefits Group, the local 103 Advantage Union, Mortgage Corps East, and the Friends of Wellesley Hockey. One more time tonight, the Watertown Raiders, 3-0. They are going to the Garden. They defeated the Norwell Clippers. For Rich McClone and Art Egerton on camera, I'm Jake Levin. Don't go anywhere. Till next time, My Hockey Live.